From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 5.
And thanks for joining us. We do have alert days in the forecast as snow starts to move in this evening. Temperatures will be dropping tonight.
We have team coverage of the weather with meteorologist Gary Canalti and Dana Fulton, and Jamie Perez is keeping an eye on the roads. Let's start with Gary, who has the details in your first warn forecast. Gary?
Well, Susan and Eric, the snow is moving in from the west and will overspread much of southern Wisconsin over the next couple of hours. We have alert days in the forecast for tonight and early tomorrow morning for the light snow. Right now, it looks like about a 1 to 3 inch snowfall with the heaviest amounts east of Madison, maybe 2 or 3 inches toward Jefferson and Rock counties, a little bit less west of Madison. But then it'll turn windy and colder with falling temperatures tomorrow, and your record cold temperatures are likely by early Friday morning. Now, you can see on Doppler track that snow moving in. Not all of that reaching the ground yet, but it is starting to pick up in intensity. We're seeing visibilities dropping, especially across northern Illinois and eastern Iowa. So that's where the snow is likely reaching the ground. Again, about 1 to 3 inches of snow expected over much of southern Wisconsin through early tomorrow morning, and then the really cold weather moves in. So look for temperatures by early tomorrow morning to be down to around 10 degrees with wind chills already below zero. And then those temperatures continue to fall from a morning high of 12 into the single digits by late tomorrow afternoon, with wind chills staying below zero all day. So even though the snow isn't going to be a very big deal, the problem is that the impact might be a little bit more because of the cold. So meteorologist Dana Fulton is on the weather patio with more on that.
Yeah, so right now out on the patio, can report that we do have a few snowflakes flurrying around for us, but nothing significant coming on down. Again, scooping this up with the shovel should be fine, but as we look at conditions on the roads and on the sidewalks, with temperatures falling so much over the next 48 hours, we're going to drop not just into the single digits, but well below zero, with wind chills even colder than that. That's really going to take away the ability for the salt to do its job. Putting salt down when temperatures are dropping below 20, it's not going to be nearly as affected. So this is going to lead to some moderate impacts for your driving, some slick spots on the road. Walking and clearing, again, should be pretty easy to scoop this snow on up, but road conditions we're going to be keeping a close eye on over the next few days. We'll also monitor traffic conditions for us right now. Handing over to Eric and Susan to take a closer look at that.
All right, Dana, and as Gary mentioned, the snowfall and then the chilly weather, that'll be heading our way soon.
Yeah, it's a 1-2 punch on the way. The city has 32 trucks out on the roads tonight taking care of road conditions, and our Jamie Perez is out on the roads now with an update on how things look in the Madison area. Jamie, where are you now?
We are driving through downtown Madison. We just actually passed Park and we're heading towards Fish Hatchery Road towards the Beltline right now. Obviously, it hasn't started snowing yet. It's pretty chilly outside. The roads are clear. We have been hitting a bit of the rush hour traffic. Right now, as we know, all of the main thoroughfares have been treated with that salt brine chemical on the roads to help prevent the snow from sticking later tonight. But as we get into these overnight temperatures and as the temperatures continue to cool overnight, they're going to switch from that salt treatment to the sand. Now remember with sand that it doesn't melt the snow in the same way that salt does. So for all of you AM commuters, be extremely cautious when you're driving because there probably will be some really slippery, some slick spots on the road. Obviously the snowplows will do all that they can tonight to prevent all of that buildup and accumulation, but they can only do so much as the snow continues to fall. So they will continue to monitor the streets and clear out the main areas as best as they can, and they're going to be continuing to work throughout this storm to keep these roads clear. I will join you back here live with another hit at 6 o'clock to show you some road conditions. Maybe it'll start snowing by then, but maybe not, but we will keep you updated for now.
All right, we will check back at 6. Jamie, thanks.
The leader for the State Department of Corrections says it is unlikely that a youth prison in northern Wisconsin will close when it's supposed to.
That is after a committee voted down funding to build its replacements further south. Amy Reed is here now to explain what they did approve and how it impacts Dane County. Amy.
So back in 2018, the legislature agreed to close Lincoln Hills, a youth detention center in northern Wisconsin, after many reported problems. The state set up a timeline to close the facility by 2021. They've already had to push the date back 6 months. Now, in order to meet their deadline, new facilities have to be built or old ones need to be improved. The Joint Finance Committee approved money for 4 county facilities today, including giving $6 million to Dane County to build out its youth detention center in the city-county building. But without funding two larger, better equipped state facilities, there aren't enough places for the kids to go.
The way that we demonstrate our priorities is where we put our investments, where we spend our money. And right now, we're making a decision not to spend our money to do what's best for the kids in this state and move these 2 Type 1 projects forward.
Another piece of this deals with the Mendota Juvenile Treatment Center. In budget discussions, the state laid out a plan to expand the center to help accommodate some kids from Lincoln Hills and Copperhead, the girls' facility. But today, Joint Finance didn't release that money, putting further strain on the situation. The state Secretary of Corrections said the way forward has to be bipartisan, but it does have to happen. He said based on previous lawsuits dealing with Lincoln Hills, it's possible a group like the ACLU could step in and force the legislature's hand.
All right, Amy Reed reporting. Amy, thank you.
Madison police are searching for 3 suspects following an armed robbery. It happened this morning outside of PLS check cashing store in the 1900 block of South Park Street. Officers say 3 masked and armed men approached an employee and a private security guard outside of the business prior to it opening for the day. Police say one of the robbers pointed a gun at the employee, causing her to quickly drive out of the store's parking lot. One of the robbers took the security guard's gun before the trio ran from the scene. Officials believe the robbers had a getaway car waiting nearby.
A dean at Marquette University is one of 2 people struck and killed by suspected drunk drivers in separate crashes on Milwaukee's near west side. Marquette officials identified one of the victims as 60-year-old Joe Daniels, a business school dean, faculty member since 1992. They say he was crossing a main street on campus last night when a 20-year-old female driver struck him. The woman was arrested.
Madison Public Library is hosting a series of census recruitment events across several of their locations. Representatives from the U.S. Census are on site to help those interested in becoming census takers with the application process. City Planner Ben Zellers says libraries allow city staff to reach many people across demographics in the community directly.
Having that level of community engagement through the libraries is helpful with connecting to, traditionally undercounted communities, as well as, really people all around Madison on the census.
Library employees say they have seen the most success so far at their downtown and East Washington locations.
All 14 of the pending cases of novel coronavirus that originated in Wuhan, China, in Wisconsin have now come back negative. The Wisconsin Department of Health says there's still only one person who's tested positive for coronavirus that's now being called COVID-19. That person in Dane County had visited Beijing. The Department of Health confirmed Wisconsin's first case of COVID-19 back on February 5th. As of this afternoon, there are no longer any new pending cases in Wisconsin. The CDC says the U.S. should be prepared for coronavirus to gain a foothold in the U.S. The number of cases continues to grow in China and on a cruise ship being held at a Japanese port as well. That cruise ship has at least 175 infections so far. Passengers say they're being treated well, but after 9 days at port, the strain is growing. China now confirms nearly 45,000 cases of coronavirus and more than 1,100 deaths, but the government says the infection rate is falling, triggering questions on Capitol Hill.
I don't trust the reporting in China. We're getting a skewed view of the case fatality rate and how severe this is.
The World Health Organization says the virus outside China appears to be less aggressive, which may provide an opportunity to contain its spread.
A shooting in Baltimore has left 2 fugitive task force officers wounded and a suspect dead. A U.S. Marshals Service spokesman says one officer was shot in the leg and the other in the stomach. Officials say both officers were assigned to the Capital Area Regional Fugitive Task Force and were trying to serve a warrant for attempted murder. Both victims are awake but in serious condition.
At least one of their lives was likely saved by application of a tourniquet applied by their fellow officers.
The suspect who was killed was a former state corrections official who had been under investigation.
With New Hampshire now in the rearview mirror, the Democratic presidential contenders are plowing ahead to Nevada and South Carolina. Senator Bernie Sanders won the most votes in New Hampshire, just as he did in Iowa, but the Vermont lawmaker only narrowly defeated former Mayor Pete Buttigieg. CBS News estimates they'll walk away both with 9 of the state's 24 delegates, which means Buttigieg remains the top delegate holder. Coming in a surprise third, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar. She bested both Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts and former Vice President Joe Biden. Businessman Andrew Yang, Senator Michael Bennet, and former Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick have all ended their White House runs. Billionaire, former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg is focused on the Super Tuesday contest now, just a few weeks away.
The American female astronaut who set records in space is talking about her experience for the first time since coming back to Earth. NASA astronaut Christina Cook spent 328 days in space, the longest space flight of any female astronaut. The 41-year-old astronaut's work in orbit will give researchers insight into how space weightlessness affects the female body.
While in space, it's almost impossible to pick just one moment. There were so many overwhelming moments, but the one that really comes to mind is the first moment that I arrived at the space station. Having learned about the space station for so many years, having it, regarding it as this amazing place where we're doing awesome science to benefit the Earth, a one-of-a-kind laboratory, and to see that it was really real, to sort of meet my new home for the next year was an incredible feeling.
Cook traveled 139 million miles during her voyage. She ranks 7th on the list of most experienced NASA astronauts.
Ahead on News 3 Now at 5, how a new project is aiming to bring stories of African-American history to Madison.
And then coming up tonight at 6, we're talking with a spokesperson for the Wisconsin Hmong Association about the Trump administration wanting to deport thousands of Hmong residents.
Strong numbers in midweek trading on Wall Street. The Dow up some 275 points. The Nasdaq adds 87. S&P gains about 22. Both again closing at record highs. And we'll be right back.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Wanakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Come to the circus, the biggest show in town. Come to the circus.
See the elephants, tigers, dogs, and all the fun to be had at the Shrine Circus. Enjoy the magnificent elephants while you still can and make memories for a lifetime. Bring the family one and all to the Shrine Circus.
Come to the circus, the biggest show in town.
This is it. Ashley Home Store's President's Day sale is Saturday through Monday with a preview day Friday. For 72 hours only, get the best holiday discounts on everything in the store. Living rooms, bedrooms, mattresses, and more. Save up to 60% off dozens of unbeatable doorbusters store-wide. Hurry in and get our best financing offer ever. 6 years with no interest charges and only sales tax and delivery due at checkout. Plus, this is your last chance at our biggest sleep sale of the entire year. The Mattress Marathon through President's Day Monday. Only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can plunge you into deep, depressive lows. Take you to uncontrollable highs. Or make you feel both at once. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1 symptoms? Ask about Vraylar. Some medications only treat the lows or the highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1. Full spectrum relief of all symptoms with just one pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction. Or uncontrollable muscle movements may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Movement dysfunction, restlessness, sleepiness, stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Thursday morning, we'll talk about some of the subtle signs of heart disease you'll want to look out for.
And it's an alert day with snow slowing down your morning commute. We'll have live updates on the road conditions before you head out the door starting at 4:30.
Waking up to stuff like this should never be a surprise. Download the Channel 3000 First Warn app and be ready for whatever Mother Nature throws our way.
A new project is working to bring more stories about Black history to Madison. Today Not Tomorrow, Inc. is launching the history project called Stony the Road. The project will celebrate African Americans who settled in Madison during the period of 1900 through 1950.
Black history is a part of American history. And so, you know, I have mixed feelings about Black history. I think that we do need to. There was a point in time when we really did need to do that because there was nothing said about us. But I think, you know, hopefully we're moving to the place where this history is a part of American history.
The group plans to gather stories, documents, interviews, video footage, and photos to tell stories of pioneer African Americans in Madison.
Parents, educators, and students gathering at the Capitol today to push for educational change in Wisconsin. The group, called Wisconsin Care, says they all share a common goal in raising the alarm on the low levels of reading skills among children in the state.
We don't want any more money, no new mandates, no new requirements. We simply ask that Wisconsin starts teaching our children to read proficiently.
According to the Wisconsin Reading Coalition, 34% of the state's fourth graders are reading at a below basic level. 30% are at the basic level, and 36% are either proficient or advanced.
Two organizations are partnering up to encourage people to give blood. The American Red Cross and the American Cancer Society working together to help get more donors to give blood to save lives throughout the month of February. They say they accept donations of all blood types, and cancer patients are always in need of those donations.
1 in 3 people in their lifetime are going to be diagnosed with cancer. And that's just an outrageous number. And out of those 1 out of 3, 5 units of blood are needed every single minute for cancer patients.
It takes just an hour to give blood. You can schedule an appointment at redcrossblood.org. It is that time of the year. Brewers, catchers, and pitchers reporting for spring training today. The Brewers Twitter page showing pitchers Brandon Woodruff, Brent Suter, among others, arriving at practice. This was at Maryville Park near Phoenix. Position players will report February 17th. Brewers' first spring training game, by the way, against the Texas Rangers. That'll be in 10 days. Can't make it out to Arizona for spring training, as nice as that sounds. Don't worry, the regular season quickly approaching. The crew will face off against the Cubs March 26th indoors at Miller Park. And if you're a Wisconsin resident, the Brewers are offering pre-sale tickets for the home opener right now. Fans may purchase up to 4 tickets for opening day. The pre-sale ends tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. And that even includes Wisconsin native, resident, I should say, Cub fans like meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Doesn't that warm your heart thinking about
thinking
baseball?
About it warms me up, Gary.
Boy, the next couple of days aren't going to seem very much like baseball weather. That is for sure. Let's start out with alert days that are in the forecast for tonight and early tomorrow morning for light snow. Still thinking about 1 to 3 inches, the heaviest amounts east of Madison, maybe some 2 or 3 inch amounts in Jefferson and Rock counties, maybe around an inch or even a little bit less once you start getting out toward the Mississippi River. But then tomorrow it'll be windy with falling temperatures through the day into the single digits, wind chills staying below 0 all day, and then tomorrow night temperatures will drop off to about 10 to 15 below 0. Not only will that be bitterly cold, but we could be approaching record low temperatures by early on Friday morning. Now on Doppler track, you can see the snow spreading in. Again, we're watching that band to our north and west along with the cold front, the storm system to our south, the two kind of coming together here. So the snow should start breaking out pretty quickly over the next couple of hours. If it's not snowing where you are, we should see that across much of southern Wisconsin, but most of it should be over with by late tonight, early tomorrow morning. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. After that light snow overnight, the windy and colder weather moves in for tomorrow with those falling temperatures, and then by Friday morning, those temperatures could be down to around, like I say, 10 to 15 below 0. The record low for Madison is 13 below 0, set back in 1951, and we're going to be very close to that. Here's what we're expecting snow-wise, mainly 1 to 3 inches. Now, even those 3 to 6 inch amounts have been pushed farther south into northern Illinois, northern Indiana, and southwestern Michigan, and then just light snow, probably an inch or less across much of the rest of southern Minnesota and western Wisconsin. But there's still blizzard warnings for blowing snow and bitterly cold temperatures over western Minnesota, even with just a very light amount of snow. And then winter weather advisories are in effect south and east of there, then also to our south for the heavier snow accumulations, and even up in the Green Bay area, they've issued winter weather advisories. There also are wind chill advisories already for tonight and tomorrow morning for much of northwestern Wisconsin, much of Minnesota and Iowa, and wind chill warnings for wind chills that could drop to about 50 below zero over western Minnesota. It's possible we may need wind chill advisories over southern Wisconsin as we head into tomorrow night. Now, as you can see on future track wind chills, those wind chills dropping down to around 20 below zero by early on Friday morning, and then they start to come back up during the day, but still staying below zero most of the time. Over the next 10 days, we're looking at temperatures that will only be in the lower teens compared to the average high of 30, but then look, we're back up to normal or a little bit above for the weekend. A brief drop off in temperatures after some snow Monday into Tuesday, and then by the end of next week, we're still looking for high temperatures in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees. The storm system that's bringing the snow in from the south, bringing more heavy rain, flooding down toward the Ohio River, and severe weather to the south, and then it's the bitterly cold air to our north and west. These are actual temperatures right now, already down to 7 below zero in International Falls, Minnesota. You factor in the winds, and we're seeing wind chills now in the 20 to 40 below zero range across much of western Minnesota and the eastern Dakotas. So for tomorrow, once the snow ends, look for a high of 12 early in the day with falling temperatures and wind chills staying below zero all day. On future track, you can see the snow moving in tonight. That's midnight, still snowing pretty steadily, and then by early tomorrow morning, most of the snow is gone. Skies actually start to clear, but the sunshine isn't going to help temperatures much as they drop into the single digits. Then tomorrow night, they just crash down to about 10 or 11 below zero, and high temperatures on Friday only reach the middle teens with wind chills staying below zero for much of the day. The snow amounts generally about 1 to 3 inches, but the wind chills, this is starting early tomorrow morning, already below zero. During the day, they stay below zero. That's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And look what happens by early on Friday morning. We're looking at wind chills down to around 20 to maybe locally 25 below zero. After that, the 7 to 10 day forecast looks for temperatures to rebound back into the 30s for the weekend. We'll see some light snow Saturday afternoon and Saturday night, a few flurries on Sunday, some snow Monday into Tuesday, maybe mixed with rain south of Madison in the afternoon on Monday. Could bring some minor accumulations. A little colder for Wednesday, and we're still looking at that warm-up at the end of next week. Maybe some rain Friday afternoon, changing to snow before ending on Saturday morning. As we take a look at first warn traffic right now, there's the view of the Beltline at Park Street. Looks like the westbound Beltline starting to slow up a little bit. We're seeing delays on the eastbound Beltline from around West Broadway to Park Street. Westbound on the Beltline, looks like delays start around Fish Hatchery Road going back to Park Street. As far as travel times are concerned, it's about 20 minutes in either direction between University Avenue and the interstate, so not bad on the Beltline this afternoon. Heading out of Madison, 25 minutes down to Janesville on I-3990 from Madison southward. Notice the average speed at 73 miles an hour, and 16 minutes to Sauk City on US 12, and also 16 minutes to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic.
Thank you, Gary.
Still ahead at 5. Toss out the calorie counter and the scale. Why more people are turning to a fitness trend that's all about intuition. It's after a short break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
He's thinking recliner. You're thinking sofa. It's okay. Everyone wins at the President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture. Plus, for 3 days only, Saturday through Monday, get incredible doorbuster deals marked way down. The 3-day President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Save big money on a great selection of laminate flooring at Menards and get free laminate underlayment after rebate with your purchase. Save on Perfect Seal XL 12 from Mohawk. It's beautiful, durable, and waterproof. Only $259 a square foot. Declutter your closet with closet-made wire closet kits. They're easy to assemble and can be customized to fit your needs. This kit for 5 to 8 foot wide closets is $109.99. Menards is your home improvement store.
Save big money at Menards.
It's Steinhoffel's biggest President's Day sale ever. Save 35 to 75% store-wide, plus an extra $100 off. Get incredible bonus buys like this counter height stool, $49. 3-piece dining set, $249. Chase sofa or this queen bed, $499. Power recline sofa, $599. 7-piece sectional, $15.99. Plus, Steinhoffel's now carries purple mattresses. Try it before you buy it. And 60-month special financing. Shop Steinhoffel's President's Day sale.
What makes you one of a kind?
I can ride a unicycle.
Acting's my passion. I love this.
Time to embrace your uniqueness by taking the BU Pledge. A promise to celebrate yourself and your friends for being exactly who you are. Visit Channel 3000's Time for Kids page to sign the online pledge and enter to win cool giveaways.
Come on and take the BU Pledge.
SSM Health and News 3 Now encourage you to take part in the BU movement.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's 72-hour President's Day sale is Saturday through Monday with a preview day Friday. Save thousands instantly on price drops from top appliance manufacturers. Plus, score more savings with rebates store-wide. Get special interest-free financing on all appliances and a free 10-year limited warranty with any appliance purchase. Plus, dozens of doorbusters while they last. The clock is winding down on this 72-hour sale this weekend only at Furniture and Appliance Mart, located inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
The Color Purple is the Tony Award winner for Best Musical Revival, a glory to behold. Experience what people are calling one of the greatest revivals ever. The Color Purple. At Overture Center, February 18th through 23rd. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
He's thinking recliner. You're thinking sofa. It's okay. Everyone wins at the President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture. Plus, for 3 days only, Saturday through Monday, get incredible doorbuster deals marked way down. The 3-day President's Sale at Slumberland Furniture.
January has come and gone, but for many Americans, fitness goals are still in full swing.
And this year, a different approach to working out is taking hold. All you have to do is forget the scale and trust your intuition. Tom Hansen shows us how intuitive exercise works.
When it comes to working out for Morgan Martinez, each day feels a little different.
If it's cold, or like freezing cold, I'll be inside more. So maybe it's a stretch day. So it really depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll tune in and be like, what does my body need today?
She's decided to ditch the normal workout routine and instead take up intuitive exercise, listening to signals from her body to decide when, where, and how to work out.
I'm not trying to go for trying to lose X amount of pounds or X amount of calories burned, more of self-care rather than the outcome.
Alyssa Rumsey is a registered dietitian.
Some people may say that their intuition tells them to never leave the couch. What do you say to those people?
What I say to those people is that, it's both using your body knowledge as well as your brain knowledge. If you have hip pain and you're like, okay, I'm not really feeling like exercising today, but I know if I don't do something, my hip is going to flare up and bother me. So let me do, 10 minutes of some exercises.
Rumsey says by eliminating calorie counts and short-term weight loss goals, her clients instead can focus on how they feel, which leads to long-term fitness that's more sustainable.
More strength, more flexibility, better cardiovascular function, more energy, better sleep, but you're doing so without it being a stress on your body.
Morgan says intuitive exercise has helped her meet her fitness goals.
I feel better about myself. I don't have that guilt. Really, just life in general is a little bit better.
Something she believes will help her stay healthy in the long run. Tom Hansen, CBS News, New York.
And stay with us for the final check of your First Warn forecast when we return.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Angel Community, bringing out the magic of living.
Now through February 13th, join Planet Fitness for only 25 cents down, $10 a month. Sure, you could flip truck tires.
I flip truck tires.
Or flip out over all this. Tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join now for only 25 cents down, $10 a month. And no truck tires. Join in club or at planetfitness.com. Hurry, deal ends Thursday, February 13th.
5 Madison area locations. Offer expires February 13th. Stop in and see us today.
This
is it. Ashley Home Store's President's Day sale is Saturday through Monday with a preview day Friday. For 72 hours only, get the best holiday discounts on everything in the store. Living rooms, bedrooms, mattresses, and more. Save up to 60% off dozens of unbeatable doorbusters store-wide. Hurry in and get our best financing offer ever. 6 years with no interest charges and only sales tax and delivery due at checkout. Plus, this is your last chance at our biggest sleep sale of the entire year. The Mattress Marathon through President's Day Monday. Only at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
He's been a leader throughout the country for the past 12 years. Mr. Michael Bloomberg is here.
Leadership in action. Mayor Bloomberg and President Obama worked together in the fight for gun safety laws, to improve education, and to develop innovative ways to help teens gain the skills needed to find good jobs.
At a time when Washington is divided in old ideological battles, he shows us what can be achieved when we bring people together to seek pragmatic solutions.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Squeaky, creaky, leaky entry doors from big box stores should be ignored. Scott the window guy does entry doors. He can do yours and so much more.
We do entry doors at scottthewindowguy.com.
Wisconsin voters deserve the truth. I'm News 3 Now's Amy Reed. I'm breaking down political ads, explaining whose money is behind them and separating truth from misinformation. Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
Experience handcrafted and hand-finished furniture by genuine Amish craftsmen at Wanakee Furniture ETC, featuring hardwood made in the USA home furnishings by Simply Amish and other great brands you can trust.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Tonight on the CBS Evening News, the fight for the heart and ideological soul of the Democratic Party is on after Bernie Sanders wins New Hampshire. As the candidates look to the next contest and a more diverse electorate, what does it all mean for Joe Biden? Plus, we sit down with astronaut Christina Cook, who made history with the longest single space flight by a woman, her inspiring message to young girls everywhere. And we'll introduce you to a man who's given so much of himself to save lives. That's all tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And we're watching for the snow to move in.
Yeah, looks like the snow already moving through much of southern Wisconsin. Not all of that reaching the ground yet, but you can tell by the visibilities, it's definitely reaching the ground west and south of Dane County. Those visibilities dropping to below 5 miles. But look at how the temperatures nosedive later on tonight. By tomorrow morning, we're down to around 10 degrees, and wind chills will be down below 0 and staying there for a couple of days.
All right, we'll have more updates in 30 minutes. Stay tuned for the CBS Evening News next.